Just one touch and I'm lost inside your love. Just one touch means more than words can say. Just one touch and I know I'm gonna stay for always. Gypsy Road.
Well, it's a Monday. Welcome everybody to another Gypsy Road journey into the unknown.
Hi.
Today's main topic is going to be 7 Japanese tales that would chill you to the bone.
Hi.
That's going to be our main topic. It's just 7 different stories from Japan that's kind of interesting because, you know, this is the month of Halloween, and I always like to try to keep within the fun of Halloween because nobody really knows this year how Halloween's going to be. We really don't because what's going on outside places. I know like California has already banned trick-or-treating this year. So nobody really knows at all how Halloween's going to be. But it doesn't mean we can't talk about Halloween, talk about stories. And we all know not all the stories in the United States of America, but it is kind of fun to go elsewhere. What is their ghost stories? What do they see? You know, it's kind of nice. Like the stories were to come up. I found these stories, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to read those stories because they're short. I want to read it with you, with the people in the chat. Like we're all hearing it for the first time. That's how I like to do things. But man, Bob, I don't know if in the UK you can watch American football in the UK or not.
No.
But I'm going to tell you something. The goddamn style of the Seahawks is back, and it's nice, but it sucks in a way because anybody who watched the game yesterday, if you're not from Seattle, you might not fully understand this, but Seattle can never just win a game or even lose a game right off the bat. They always take you down to the fucking wire. They did the same goddamn thing yesterday, Bob. The same fucking thing. Bob, they went to halftime 13-0. Seahawks scores nothing. Minnesota, had all position in the world. They're just like kicking the shit out of Seahawks.
13-0. Okay, 13-0. Go ahead.
I know, right? 13-0. And then Seahawks get the ball first, 3 and out. So you're thinking this is not going to be Seahawks' day. It just won't. Then all of a sudden, in the next 2 minutes, they were up like 20-13, right? They were just like 2 minutes. They scored like 2-3 touchdowns. They got some fumbles, interception. But then, of course, you're thinking, oh, right, Seattle's in the groove, right? No, Minnesota scores a touchdown, right? It's like 21-20. And then I don't know how the score ended. It was like 25-21, right? 25-21 Minnesota. Like three minutes left. I can't remember. Wilson threw an interception. So you're like, game's going to be over, right? He threw an interception. 3 minutes left. Minnesota goes all the way down to the Seahawks 6-yard line. They get all the way down to 4th and a half inch, not a yard, a half inch, 4th down. They could have kicked the field goal to get an 8-point lead, but they decided to say, you know what? We're going to go for the win right now. We're going to go for it on 4th and 1. And we fucking stopped them. We fucking stopped them with 2 minutes less. Fucking Wilson again. It was like they're on their own 30-yard line, 4th down. He throws a bomb. We catch it. Boom. Okay. We go all the way down to like their 6-yard line, all the way back down to 4th down again with 15 seconds left. We score a touchdown. We win the fucking game.
Oh, man, I got to find a way to watch damn games live.
27-26. It's like, this is Seahawks, man.
What's the score? What was the score?
I know, guys. Hey, guys, I know we're not a sports channel, but with all the craziness that's going on, it's kind of nice to see football back in a way because it's just like the only normal thing there is.
What's the score? What was the final score?
27-26.
27. God damn, 26. And Seahawks had 27. Okay.
Yeah, it's just you're just like, God, you're sometimes it's nice to know if you're going to win a game outright or get your ass kicked, because then you kind of do other things. Now you're kind of glued, like, not this again, not this again. Holy shit, we might have a chance. Holy fuck, we're on their 6-yard line. 4th down. It's just like, oh well. But I got to show you this. I want to show you something. Because this is our. Hold on a second.
Well, it's 17. It's 17. It's 17, Eric. So you got 2 + 7 on Seahawks, which is 9, and then 2 + 6, which is 8, and then 9 and 8 is 17. The 17, Eric. 17. And my birthday is this week on the 17th. So I'm going to watch that game. It's a gift.
One for you. Oh, guys, I'm going to do a little morning coffee talk here with Bob. I got an interesting thing I wanted to show Bob, but here's the intro. Okay, here's a little intro before we get into our segments. You ever heard of the? I went to the mall Sunday to take the wife and daughter because they want to buy some stuff, buy some clothes at the mall. And you ever heard of the department store called H&M?
H&M, I don't know. Maybe maybe so. I think I do.
Let me see if I get a
clothing store. I think I do.
Well, H&M. Well, here maybe if I shared the screen to show you the picture of the symbol, you might have seen their symbol.
H&M.
Well,
yeah, I think I remember them.
They sell clothes, right? They sell clothes. Yeah. It's for it's like a hipster kind of place for clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a hipster. It's more for what? Show no, I don't know the notifications. Okay, so basically it's a hipster for clothes. Anybody knows H&M, they know it's really for kids and clothes. And when I was in there, and I was shocked at what kind of Germany is full of them H&M. So H&M is for young people. But I was shocked to see a certain kind of clothes that was on a stack, and I took a picture of it. And let me see. I took a picture of it. I know. I took a picture of it. And the reason I took a picture of it, in the H&M store here, they're selling a bunch of NASA clothes.
Yeah, it's everywhere, man.
And I'm thinking to myself, NASA at a H&M store? Because listen, I don't care if you believe in space or not. It doesn't make a difference of that point. But this is a young kids store kind of a thing, kind of a hip kind of clothes place. Hip kids are not going to wear NASA clothes. They're just not going to wear NASA clothes. You might have a small percentage. You're not going to see at a hip. Now, if you were to sell this NASA clothes like at a Spencer's, maybe I don't know, even at a Hot Topper, a Hot Topic, whatever. But when you're spending all this money on hip clothes, because listen, kids don't give a shit. I hate to say it. Young kids don't give a rat's ass about space. And the reason they don't care, if you ask a young teenager kid, right, hey, you got an opportunity to go to NASA, get on a ship and fly in space, the first thing they're going to ask is, great, can I bring my phone? No, there's no 4G or 5G up in space. You're not going to be able to talk to your friends. They're not going to want to go. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Young people are all about the phones, all about social networking to the bone. I know we're on YouTube. I know we're kind of doing it now, but they're not going to go to NASA. I feel like this kind of a store, it's kind of a wrong place to sell NASA stuff.
I always wanted to be an astronaut, man. That's what's sad. I'm going to be a time traveler, though. Get the hell down. It's Trump, man. I'm sorry. Trump's visiting.
He probably saw the NASA stuff, and
he saw the NASA shit. And he poked his head up.
It is so weird because right now, I don't get it because in the last year or 2 years, I have never seen so many NASA stuff coming out with TV shows, with this, documentaries. It's like all of a suddenly NASA's been there and it's there. And it's like, and it's so irresponsible for the government or anything to even deal with NASA at the moment because, Bob, you know that restaurant, you and I, when you were down here, we used to go to a place called Biscuit Bitch, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Biscuit Bitch. Make the
Yes.
best fucking Biscuit Bitch. Now, you eat too much of it, you probably die of a heart attack, right? That place went under. They couldn't survive, right? They couldn't survive. So you have places that people are losing they're losing not just their jobs, they're losing their business, they're losing everything. And here we are, everybody's promoting NASA. The government's still giving all this money to NASA when you have companies. I'm not talking about the billionaire companies where they're staying rich and buying up all these companies, but you have these good places like Biscuit Bitch. You know that one store, Bob, next to PCC Market, that little it's like they just opened when you were here. They just finally opened, like they sell clothes now. They sell like drinks and stuff. Out of business, and they just opened like 5 months before the pandemic. So all these companies are actually dying, and here we are giving all this money to NASA, and then of course, and I'm like, why are we giving money to NASA? Because if NASA is selling products like this at H&M store and all that, so they're making money off of, clothes markets out there. So why should the government even fund them?
I know.
Especially when companies are dying.
Yeah. Well, it's retro causality. They're trying to invent the time machine. So those of us in the future that make it to the future can go back in time and save the human race from the cornholio disease. Yeah. So, that's just what's going on. I think they got a big Stargate, Eric. They're working on it right now. I can't think of anything else. Obviously, you can't get outside that fucking big ass jelly thing. So it's got to be like some kind of interdimensional machine. I don't know, man. They're just doing what they got to do.
Gypsy, Hope Arawa. It's just, to me, if you're having expectations of Americans to do this and this and this to protect themselves or protect everybody else, if that's your expectations and they don't want you want to go to the mall, some of these stores you got to stand in line now because they only allow a certain percentage, right? You're expecting everybody to do that, but you're still giving money to places like that when small companies are dying. I mean, it's just so sad to see. I'm not trying to make this a political show, but when I saw Biscuit Bitch went under and the other store, and they're selling all these clothes, and the government's still funding them, it's like, where's our priorities at? And then the government, right? And then they're trying to come out with another stimulus package, and they couldn't get a deal done. Now they're gonna have to wait until after, and it's like they're about to lay off 40,000 people at the airports because they can't survive. Because listen, if they're gonna make, I'm not saying the pandemic is real or not, but if they're gonna make this the biggest thing in the world, then you better help out these companies.
Yeah,
you can't kill off, because the billionaires are making billions, and the little companies are all dying. And of course, when they have to sell all those products, they sell it to the billionaire companies.
They're
desperate. It's so sad. It's just, I
don't know who to blame, man. I don't know if I want to blame Donald Trump. I want to blame all those other fucking people.
I blame Donald Trump. I blame the political system that American people keep voting in, Republicans and Democrats. Both parties are corrupted. Until we get rid of the two-party systems, we're never gonna be a better country. We're not, because both parties are all about power and greed. And the worst thing to ever happen is to have everything happen in 1 year, right? You have these protesting stuff, everything going on during an election year. So it's just so fucked up. But who cares? Let's give a fuck. Let's go have some fun. Let's do this. Is this a Mandela effect, or is this Now, what I'm about to bring up, Bob, is just kind of interesting. Sometimes I go research on YouTube on different Mandela effects that are out there that just kind of talk about. And there's this guy, he made this video, and I was like a little shocked I'm like, really? I never heard of that one. I never heard this. So I wanted to bring it up, not to do like a Whopper machine or something, just to have a discussion. Yeah. On this one, because I'm kind of confused on this one, but I'm about to show you. But let me go here. Let me go to my Matrix Eyes channel. I can't play the video because there is a copyright on it, because in this video there is a copyright, because in the video they played the song for the Lost Boys, and songs, that's one of the biggest things that will get you. But what I want to do is I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pause right here. It's called White Pumpkins. Mandela Effect, never seen it. So I'm just going to click through the video, not play it, but White Pumpkins. Now, we all know pumpkins mostly as orange, and we know there's deformities of pumpkin color.
Cool.
I know, right? There's some cool ones here. But there's a pile. Hold on, where is the pile of it? Oh, like right here. All these white pumpkins. So my question to you, Bob, is I could swear that we've always had white pumpkins. Is this really a Mandela effect for a lot of people on the white pumpkins? That's what I'm curious about. I don't know this one.
Oh, I have not. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Before 2016, I have no memory of no white pumpkins. I have not seen no white pumpkins. Now, I saw them start popping up around, I was still at the house, around 2017 to 18. They kind of meandered a couple of white pumpkins in there, and I was like, when the fuck did we get white pumpkins? Doesn't mean they didn't exist. It just means I have never seen them. So I was a little shocked by a white pumpkin, because you would see carved pumpkins. And when we were younger, I had the kids. We'd have all the kids come over, and we'd have everybody be carving pumpkins. I'm making sure no one's cutting their fucking hand off. But I went to the store to get pumpkins, and there was never any. What are those bumpy fuckers are? I don't even know what those things are.
I know, right?
No, I've never seen those before. But I had never seen no white pumpkins, and I've never carved one day in my life. And back at home in Kerman, we were agriculture, Eric. We had pumpkin patches all over the place, agriculture, and nobody ever grew white pumpkins. So does it mean that somebody just happened to know you could splice and dice and do anything you want in agriculture? Does it mean that somebody within a few years, I don't know the history of the white pumpkin, but it could have just been propped up within a year or 2 years. Somebody just grew a white pumpkin based off of like one that was, I don't know. I'm trying to debunk it, but I don't know the history of white pumpkins. I've never seen one before around 17, 18.
I wish I could play, like I said, I wish I could play the video. I mean, if you guys want to see the video, I put the link to my Matrix Eyes channel where I uploaded it, where I don't mind having a copyright there. But since it's music, I don't want to chance it to get my video taken off. I don't care if it gets taken off my other channel. But if you guys want to actually hear it, you could go over to that channel. You know, I love this. All pumpkins matter. I'm honest. I've never thought about looking for different colored pumpkins, because I'm always used to.
They never offered them. Yeah, they just didn't offer. I've never seen white pumpkins till about 17, 18.
Pumpkin patch, amazing corn maze, school tours. I'm trying to, like I said, he has a lot of good stuff about this. What's the deal with white pumpkins? 6 years ago, Kenny Lopez. I'm trying to see if there's. Let's see here. What's this here? Emera, New York, Wednesday, October 27, 1993, page 18, white pumpkins. So what he's showing in his video, that white pumpkins, you know, it's been in the news and all that since 1993. So like I said, it's a good video.
Yeah.
I just can't play it.
No, like Eric and I could tell you we come from the California Central Valley, the breadbasket of the United States. And Eric and I both can tell you from our own, not fuck them any effects, from our own personal life and experience living in the valley. We have multiple, we grew everything in the Central Valley.
Well, if
We've
you
never grown white pumpkins.
If you read this here, it says orange pumpkins. The color is as much, as a Halloween tradition as the fruit. But this year, a flurry of white pumpkins have popped out of the patch, and the haunting season doesn't seem to pale because of it. They make a real cute ghost. Says so. So basically, what this story is saying is usually in a pumpkin patch, they always had orange, but for whatever reason, is one year everything started to pop out white.
Oh.
That's why it was kind of interesting. And God, I wish I could play it, but I can't.
In native cultures, they have the spirit animals, and there has been a rash of white albino deer. There's been albino. There's even albino. They found a couple great white whales. They found white. There's these albino animals popping up everywhere. So, a white pumpkin just seems right down the same avenue of all these spirit animals. Now you got spirit fruit, right?
But it seems like right here, suffocated color in white pumpkins, Des Moines, Iowa, 2013, where they were talking about how white pumpkins were just appearing there out of nowhere.
Wow. Well, Eric, have you ever heard of an upside down Christmas tree?
I mean, if you flip a Christmas tree upside down, you could call it upside down.
Eric, it was in history. They were actually people were traditionally putting Christmas trees upside down in their house. It's kind of weird like that, where there was a tradition of a white pumpkin. It just popped up. I guess 2000. What did it say? 1993. They started popping up. I don't know. I didn't see nothing.
I'm trying to see if white pumpkins are not, as joke goes, orange ones that were scared stiff. Some are actually squashes. The Velocina variety is the same species as the buttercup squash.
Okay. Well, because squash comes in many colors. Squash, it's a squash, and it comes in different colors. Somebody somewhere just bred it.
And he was just showing that all over the United States, there's been white pumpkins for years. This was Orlando, Florida. And I just thought it was what's this new scare tactic, white pumpkins. Parents, children, and party planners find the variety fun to use for Halloween decorating. These pumpkins look like something scared them. White pumpkins, simply another variety of the autumn favorite, have been around for a while, but that was once a curiosity at farmers market, as now making a scene at larger groceries and pumpkin patch. Okay. So I guess white pumpkins become popular, but like I said, I've never really looked for pumpkins. So like I said, now that's interesting. Like you said right there,
that's squash. That's what squash looks. I've never seen those kind of pumpkins. I would love to have one of those for Halloween. They look like they're just crazy. That's cool, man. That's cool.
TV says, the upside down Christmas tree tradition never existed. It's like I'm living in the upside down.
Wow, white pumpkins. Yeah, like I said, I saw them about 2017, 2018. They were just like one or two. I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't think much of them. Everything after 2016 for me is when all the weird shit was popping up. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I wonder how they taste. Has anybody even eaten one yet? I'm a pumpkin pie fucking fiend, and I love making my own puree out of regular orange pumpkins, and I have never seen a white pumpkin. So what do they taste like?
Let's ask the chat. People, do you guys remember white pumpkins? I mean, I'll be honest. I was never was looking for white pumpkins, so
Turnip. Yes, turnips. I was thinking of that. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, it was brought from the UK. It was turnips. Right. You're right. Yeah.
This pumpkin looks like that ball in the that movie Wilson.
Wilson, yeah, a Castaway.
Castaway.
Yeah, you could make one into a Castaway. Yeah, you could. Oh, that's a good idea. I want to know how they taste. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a pumpkin
Laura
pie.
Luna says no. She don't remember. Juan Torres says never. Robert Alley says no. Yeah, it's so. You know what? Even though, let's hold on. Where is it? What does the Whopper thing? I'm just curious. Yes, we want to know. Yeah, is that video that I have up is that good enough to say this can be? That's enough residue to make it a Mandela effect. You know, I'm checking right now to see if that's enough to make it a Mandela effect, and I'm praying it is. Okay. Just joking. I was joking. It did say that there is enough there to say this is worth looking into. They won't. They said they told me on the phone that look into it some more because there's something there to it, but they can't fulfill it saying that's true residue yet. So if anybody out there want to do some research and find some research on the white pumpkins, like more residues when the first one, some story that a guy who's never seen it before or something, then I can resubmit it to see if I could get a real residue certificate for this guy. Yeah. And the person who this video came from is his name is Recall Victor. You guys ever heard of him?
Oh, Recall Victor, yeah.
Yeah.
California guy. Or he's from New York, but he's in California.
Yeah. So
yeah, he's got pretty good stuff.
If they actually go to my Matrix eyes, I do put where I got the video from to give those people credit.
Yeah.
I just don't play something and say, hey, I found this. This came from Recall Victor. I thought it was interesting and just wanted to share it.
Well, I like his approach too. He's like us. He don't touch the Mandela effect word with a 10-foot pole. He just comes out like I say it. He's like, what the fuck is his attitude? So those of you that stay away, whatever, you don't want to, you're not part of no cult groups or whatever you want to do. You just say like I say, what the fuck? What the fuck is this?
I know.
If you have a what the fuck is this effect, if you have a what the fuck, I got to scratch my head, then you're welcome to.
All right. Well, guys, it is time for Grandpa's World. And real quick before I go to this story, Flat Accord Music confirmed that when I was a kid, we had a farm we visited that had all kinds of goods, pumpkins of many colors.
Okay.
So like I said, it's a hard one. But like I said,
thank you for saying that.
Thank you for that. Like I said, I never look for pumpkins. But the story today from Grandpa's World is let me pull up his thing. And if somebody wants to put his channel in the chat for me, that'd be awesome. Even though you can see his description, his channel's in my description. So if you guys want to get it there, you can. This today is called Sheila Was Abducted by Aliens from Her Home. So this is about Sheila. So Sheila gets abducted by aliens. Okay,
Sheila.
from her home. So can you see it? Okay, you can see it. Here we go.
This is Grandpa from Grandpa's World. They were going to do another alien abduction and so forth. This is Sheila. She was tossing and turning in bed, looking at the clock. She saw it was 1 a.m. She felt odd, thought perhaps a drink would help. So she got up and got herself a drink, decided to eat a bit. Settling down on the couch with a bag of chips, she turned on the TV, but the TV wasn't coming on. Lights started to flicker. She got up to check the fuse box. That's the last thing that she remembered. Till she woke up back in her bed with different clothes on than she had put on. She got up and dressed and realized that it was the next day and that she'd slept for over 24 hours.
Damn.
Slowly, bits and pieces came back to her. She remembers walking calmly into the spacecraft, was led down to a table, and she looked down and realized that she had a 2-inch scar on her stomach. She remembered the humanoids being interested in that part of her body. And she said she remembered meeting a male named Junto. He told her that he needed a child to strengthen his bloodline and that she would soon have a baby. It would be a boy and his name would be Sunlio. So she was shown other mutant kids. Junto was tall and lean with a big head and huge black eyes, but he was also pleasant to look at. All the aliens on the ship looked about the same, and they all communicated telepathically. And her Junto's time together with another alien came and showed her around the craft. It wasn't huge, just cozy type, except for there was a all metal, cold, not freezing, just cool. She remembers strange and scary looking instruments on the table. She realized that she was flying with a fleet of aircraft. As she looked out the window, she saw one of the aircraft fall in the ocean. She was quickly shoved into the sleeping room where she stayed for what seemed like hours. The next thing she knew, she'd been brought back to her home and put in her bed where she woke up the next morning. That's all for today, folks. We have a good one. We'll see you later. Oh, this is Grandpa from Grandpa's.
Now that one's actually interesting because this one actually they used her to make a baby. And what's about the story was, okay, aliens can't just, maybe they can, I don't know, can't just really have sex with a human, depending on how their body parts, maybe because they might not have like a body part just like ours. So I can see them putting a slice and like getting one of her eggs and their DNA and mixing it that way and then putting it back inside, kind of like what doctors kind of do to get her pregnant.
Yeah, it's one of my theories. Actually, one of my running theories is, and people are like, this guy's fucking crazy. Yeah. In my comic book, don't listen to me. Everything I say is wrong anyway. But part of this whole virus outbreak is that they're trying to get us immune. Now, they it's not so much as immune. They like to procreate, or they like to take and inseminate and all that fun stuff and have hybrid babies because they need the immune system. And humans have the immune systems that they don't have. So they can't live here, but their children can. And if their children have the immune systems to live here, they can live here or, wherever they want to live. So by creating a hybrid with the human, with the resistance to certain diseases, they themselves, the children, will get the resistance to those diseases. So perhaps this whole thing right now, this pandemic, is just to get everybody with the old virus, antiviruses and all this fun stuff to get us immune. So our bodies become more valuable to them. So they can, again, take seed and have a half-breed baby that's already immune to all the diseases here. They can't live here because they're allergic to everything. They'll die. Within fucking days, they'll die. They're not born and raised in this timeline, this reality. So they'll die fast. They'll fucking die of goddamn cold. A common rhinovirus there. They'll fucking die from the damn common cold. They'll die. But by having a hybrid, they'll have that immune system. Those babies will have those immune systems. So we, again, as one of the theories goes, again, guys, it's all theory, so throw it away. is that they're hybrid, they're mixing with us for our immune systems. Go for it.
So, what's that evil? The made a movie. Spider-Man's evil, the black thing.
Venom.
Venom. Okay.
Venom.
When you're saying that's kind of what Venom is based on, because the idea of Venom was for us to survive on other planets. They wanted to bring these down so they could see if this Venom thing and a human can actually mix to a point where it can survive, so we can actually survive on another planet. Sometimes even comic books, even some of these stuff are based on theories on why where somebody would, in the movie where a guy would pay like a SpaceX, kind of like Elon Musk, but a real guy, to bring stuff down on purpose so we can mutate into something where we can survive and breathe on another planet.
Well, War of the Worlds. Remember how the War of the World ended? We couldn't black goo Venom. Yeah, we couldn't win. In the War of the Worlds, humans could not defeat the aliens that came from Mars. I don't know. They couldn't win. The only thing that happened was the damn aliens caught a fucking common cold. And they died. They were dying because of the common cold. They couldn't survive. People don't know how many fucking viruses there are out there. We have bacteria in our guts that is helpful bacteria. You got bacteria up your nose. You've got enzymes filled with bacteria. You got worms living inside your gut that you need to survive. It came from the planet here. Everything in the substrate came from here. You're born here. You're raised here. It's in your system. So they don't have that. They don't have that.
And through generations, our body gets more immune to certain.
More immune. Yeah.
Aliens, if they come, they're not immune to nothing. It's kind of also remember the movie Signs with our buddy Braveheart Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Where what actually ended up killing the aliens, why they left, is finding out that water
was like acid.
Is like acid to them because they're not, like you said, they're not made for the planet. So to get it made, they should either mate. And I can see that experiment, and of course, happen at night. They put her back, and then they put her on the ship.
Another one of my running theories, dude, is that.
Yeah. Remember the aliens were already on there. The lightning was from the Earth War. Yeah, the ships were already here.
Yeah,
because they've been here before, and then
they zapped
people into the ships to. Yeah.
But once they came around humans, they started picking up humans in those cages. They picked up their viruses. See, another thing is I tell people, you got to think the opposite. Practice thinking. If you were ever in the military, you got to practice thinking the opposite. So people are wearing the masks, whatever. So I keep thinking, okay, I'm going to go on the opposite side. I'm going to be on their side. I'm going to say I'm going to support it. Now, why would I have the entire human race walk around with masks on? Because what if they put out the virus on purpose? The virus is killing the aliens, and they want to keep people from getting it, and only certain people will get it, so they have to wear the mask. So they're trying to save as many people as they can by secretly putting out a virus to kill the extraterrestrials. Maybe you just don't see them and they're walking around. Maybe they're here. Maybe it's a bio weapon to prevent us from being attacked by the extraterrestrials. Maybe they're killing them, hypothetically. So if you go back to the movie, the movie we talked about, War of the Worlds, instead of using tanks and guns, all the government did was spread a virus around. If you spread that virus around, they just killed, right, all those aliens that are in them machines. So let's think about it. The masks might be there. And I'm doing the opposite, guys. Take what I say and throw it away. I play opposite games. Well, maybe they're going to save as many humans as they can, and they're killing they're using a bioweapon to kill the aliens that are already here.
And if you remember the TV series V, where the girl had two babies, one was a successful combination of both, one wasn't. One didn't work out. So the one that didn't work out, they actually used that to create the red virus to kill all the rest of the aliens.
The virus
one had a successful mutation, one did not.
Yeah, so everyone's screaming, the virus, no, they're trying to kill us. Maybe they're trying to kill the extraterrestrials with the virus as a weapon. And we're just, people that die are just what we call in the military friendly fire. You just died friendly fire. It's going to happen anyway. You're a big fat person. You're a big fat old person. You're going to die anyway. You ate too many potato chips on the fucking couch.
I wasn't going to get in on this, but advanced beings control their amygdalas to the point that no virus can affect them. You're just thinking as a lesser being about primitive fears.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually not from here. I'm from Sagittarius. But anyway, moving forward. But that's a good, nothing's wrong here. In fact, what you say is good. So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Everything we say here is 100%. So, in fact, most of the stuff I always tell people, take the shit I say and throw it away. Debunk it, throw it away.
Question for you, and this real question, Bob, I'm about to ask you came from the chat.
Yeah.
Do aliens shave their balls too?
They don't grow hair on their balls. Now, I have been abducted several times and they have milked me. So my half-breed babies, alien babies, will have very large, hairy balls.
Did they Did they use this to milk you? Did they put your milk?
They use something like that to milk me. So my hybrid babies will have very large, hairy balls. Unlike the normal humans here. I'm not from here, so I'm a little bit different, guys. I'm a little bit bigger, stronger. I'm a lot more. From my planet to this planet, I'm like Superman over here. It's fucking, the radiation's kicking ass, man.
The alien language here says Bob's got milk.
I've got big balls. Like AC/DC would say, I have very big balls. Yes. I'm a handsome man and I have very large balls. And they're very hairy. Yeah.
Well, Aaron Rocco, that was a damn good question. And
damn good question.
Walkers agreed with your answer, Bob. Alien babies.
Yes, you guys can rip us apart. We do enjoy it. Don't ever feel bad. Don't feel like you're gonna get kicked out either. We enjoy it. We enjoy it. Roast away. Have a good time with that.
What is this? Hold on, Eric. Do aliens have balls, or do you know something we don't know, Phil? Well, Bob was the one who got abducted and milked. So let's Bob. I think Bob just kind of answered the question about their balls.
Actually, the little grays that you guys see are not males. They're all females. They don't receive. You see, they're like embryos. Everybody's a female at birth, or in a certain stage where you're an embryo. You're a female. Everybody's a female until you got the testosterone is introduced to it. Then you become a male. So every fetus is a female until it gets the testosterone hormone to turn it to a male. The baby, the embryo. And so these aliens are just grown into a fucking certain state where they're not introduced to any hormones. They have no hormones introduced to them. So they're all born female. All little grays are female. People didn't know that.
Plenty of hairy Yeti alien balls. Some babies come out with a full head of hair. These aliens come out with a full pubes. Pasteurized milk. I hope. I don't want.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, so the actual grays you see are actually all female. And but it's not until they do the mixing with they're female. So it's not until they mix a hybrid. The hybrids themselves can become male. They're males. Males and females mix. It's just whatever the roll of the dice goes. That goes up to the nature. But yeah, they let nature take care of it. So they have all the hormones. They have all the immune systems. They have everything. So they're able to walk around looking like weird ass people with hairy beards and hairy balls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of Grandpa's world discussion. Now it's time for
Welcome to What the Fuck News.
All right. I actually had an original story that I was going to bring up, but right before the show, I was sent this story from somebody from the chat who doesn't want his name to be shout out. So
cool.
That's fine. I won't shout your name out, but I thought it was such an interesting story that this one was better than mine.
What is it?
Okay. This one, I was actually reading this, is actually pretty damn good. So this is called Japanese. Well, I hate when things like that. Like I hate these fucking ads. I'm sorry. Here we go. Japanese. Oh, you fucking ads. Japanese store resorts to cursing its toilet paper in a bid to stop thieves from stealing it amid coronavirus panic. Okay, so guys, a Japanese convenience store has put a curse on its supply of toilet paper in a bid to stop thieves from stealing it amid coronavirus. So what's happening, guys, is the store, people were breaking into the store, stealing like full toilet paper packages at first, right? So since the company's stores got more watching out for the big packages, people have been going into the stores, into the bathrooms, and stealing toilets from the bathrooms. I mean, this is crazy that we all think that, wow, everybody's doing this for toilet paper, but Japan, only in Japan, Japan's like, you're gonna steal our fucking toilet paper? We're gonna put a curse on your asses. And let me scroll down. So you can see here, they put a curse up. The shop in Niigata, Prefecture District of Honshu Island, erected sign in his restrooms to ward off any world-be bandits that feature 3 all-seeing eyes. So apparently, you steal toilet paper, you just took a cursed toilet paper to your house. So when you take that toilet paper and you're going to wipe your ass with it, you might just be shoving a ghost up your ass and make yourself possessed.
Nice.
I mean, this is a real story. I mean, somebody actually went in, and people don't understand that in China, Japan, they're really into their kind of like American version of voodoo and stuff that they believe that when they put a curse, it really does happen.
Well, Eric, I don't want to interrupt this.
You interrupted.
I'm going to save this for the second half of the show because guess what happened? They were successful. And there is an existing ghost monster spirit in Japan that come about because of the whole toilet paper thing. I am not fucking around. Because of this, I think it was retro causality that caused this spirit to appear in this place. And we're going to talk about this Japanese spirit, Eric, exactly what you're talking about with the toilet paper. Because of the toilet paper hoarding, something happened in the future, and it brought an evil spirit to the past in Japan. And this creature exists now because of the toilet paper.
Well, I'm
talk about this the next show.
Your video now. I'm excited because I got to read this because like others were quick to comment on the simple but effective method. One user wrote, "Brilliant. Who wants to risk a curse over a roll of toilet paper?" Another added, right. "That's really good art. It's simply but unsettling." And a third comment, "That's amazing, effective. That looks cool too." So let me go in. So Bob says that his is dealing with
not this one. But when we go into discuss the ghost of Japan, I have the spirit, Eric. Ironically, in fact, I didn't talk to you about this, did I? No. I found the spirit that was created because of that cursed toilet paper. I got the name of it, dude. Not only do I have the name of it, you're going to be able to look it up online and research it and read it for yourself. But this is mine.
All right. I just want to see if anybody has any comments about that Japan real quick. What the fuck news today was funny. Bob, the hoo-hoo wine drinker. It's funny how humans strive to be different from one another. If you two dress so differently, yet everyone believes that aliens like Gray looks like they're advanced. Okay. What's this? How can anyone be in a panic and think the biggest menace right now would be boredom compared to panic? Yes, that is true. Put a hex on your toilet paper, guys. Laugh out loud. Hungry Japanese ghost. Yeah. I thought they used biddits. Blame the Couch Brothers. They own all the toilet paper factories.
Couch Brothers.
Here we go.
Welcome to What the Fuck News. See, Donald Trump, I don't wear a mask because I've got glaucoma of the anus, so I can't wear a mask. I'm resistant, and God says it's okay. God has blessed me with not wearing a mask. Now, I want to talk about a presidential seal. And the presidential seal is missing all kinds of stars. By the time they had a lot of stars on the presidential seal, but it don't seem to have it no more, that I don't understand why. But what's most important is we're moving on. I did notice that the Medal of Honor is upside down like some sort of satanic goddamn cult. I'm sure it happened magically somehow when it's upside down. But I'll tell you what is upside or right side up. What's upside down? What the who fucking know? Everything's what the fuck? I don't know where I'm living anymore. Is the presidential, not the president, it's the Medal of Freedom. The Medal of Freedom. Praise Jesus, pass ammunition. Now, see here, Donald Trump. Now, listen to me. Black lives do matter. Now, the Presidential Freedom Award, which is the whatever way up, it's got the pentagram going up and all that fun stuff with the big star and all that fun stuff. Let me tell you this. There's a lot of recipients of that medal that I've never heard of. Number one, I've never heard of the Medal of Freedom. Well, that's new for me, but it's been around for a long time. It's been around since Helen Eisenhower, Trump, or I don't know what the fuck his name is. In 1945, they put it out. The Truman, I think it was. Shit, I don't fucking know. All I know is people who got it. And I ain't never heard no one get no Medal of Freedom before. But according to my literature, we've got ourselves, Ellen DeGeneres got ourselves Medals of Freedom. And we've got Mr. Rogers, who also has the Medals of Freedom. And you got Tom Hanks, and he got the Medals of Freedom too. And you got the goddamn Apollo mission members. Apollo 13. Slooch boys, they got themselves the Medal of Freedom. You got Dick Cheney, you got Bill Clinton, you got the Bill Gates, and Mr. and Mrs. Bill Gates got the Medal of Freedom. Well, I remember the Medal of Freedom in my time. Got Rush Limbaugh got it. The Oprah got the Medal of Freedom. All the Julius Childs and Bill Cosby, which is serving his time in prison, he got himself a Medal of Freedom too. Let's all praise, bow our heads to what's this called? The Bill Cosby. Thank you, good Lord Jesus Christ, baby Jesus. Bill Cosby got himself a Medal of Freedom. I think anybody can get a Medal of Freedom nowadays. I ain't never heard of it, but nobody get the Medal of Honor because he's upside down. I don't know what the hell wrong with that. We'll keep moving. There's all kinds of problems going on. I've also noticed the flag is backwards. I'm a little bit confused by that. Flag is backwards. And now we've got something new. And someone just put out this morning. I think you would. Hold on. Scared Performance. He put it out this morning. It's Commander-in-Chief. And now it says Commander-in-Chief. I don't know about you, but I served in the United States military, and in my time, we would get beaten if we said Commander-in-Chief. It'd have to be Commander-in-Chief. I think people misremembering it and writing it down wrong. I don't understand that one myself. It's Commander-in-Chief because now we got beaten in the boot camps. Then we talk a little bit more about, well, I don't think there's anything left. There's Wuhan, China. They just found out that there was no goddamn virus in the marketplace. Oh, no, sir. They went and checked all the animals in the marketplace. Found out there ain't no animals with no fucking coronas. Ain't got no cornholio virus in the fucking fire in the marketplace. They got it from somewhere else. It must have been the war games. It was 2 months prior. It was 2019, around October. I can't remember. It was the war games going on against all the world's playing the war games down in Wuhan. But let me tell you right now, it was right about 2 months after the war games down in Wuhan, China, and goddamn Chinese. Now, it ain't wrong to say Chinese because Joe Biden also, he said Chinese on the debates. See, Donald Trump, he also said Ku Klux Klan. He must be misremembered. I don't understand what that is. But wait, there's more. I'm going to turn my head. Wait, there's all kinds more shit. We've just experienced microevolution. Microevolution. Oh, Lord, baby Jesus, past ammunition, we got a microevolution. Did you guys know right now that 30% of your children being born, they got no wisdom teeth? And it means they ain't smart no more. Oh, no. They missing the wisdom teeth. Also, really important is they've got a median nerve now. They've got a median nerve when you're born with it, and then it goes away when you get older. But there's a large percentage of peoples now, and they're keeping that median nerve in their goddamn arms. Not only that, people are not having their wisdom teeth no more. We have been experiencing a microevolution. I'll turn my head.
Look at that dance. You know, while you were talking that, I've never heard of that one too. And then when I looked here, right here,
Yeah.
and just
When you see all the recipients.
10-year-old Jack Keane, in 2019, some Roger Penske, Edwin Messi in 2019, Marina Rivera 2019.
The Medal of Freedom. Yeah. Tiger Woods got it. Dude, Tiger Woods. You know who gave
Tiger Woods coming up? Art Blacker, Tiger Woods. God, look at all these people who. What did that Republican radio guy?
Rush Limbaugh got one.
Rush Limbaugh. What did he win? I think his was.
He got the Medal of Freedom. It's okay. Let me explain this to people out there. Let's make this real clear. It is the highest fucking medal you can get next to the Medal of Honor. If you're a civilian and you got an equivalent to the Medal of Honor as a civilian, then guess who's got it? Tom Hanks basically has the Medal of Honor. Tiger Woods was given to him by Donald fucking Dump Truck Trump. He gave it to him because of from golfing? The dude cheated on his wife multiple times. Okay, Oprah got one, Eric. Bill Gates got one, Eric. Ellen DeGenerate got one. All these fucking people, like all these scumbags, they got the Medal of fucking Freedom.
You know what I didn't realize? Because they made a big deal when Rush Limbaugh got it from the president. And I thought, why would you give him an award? But then you look at all these people won the award, Tiger Woods and all these, like, okay, I guess I can see Rush Limbaugh winning that award if you're giving them out like candy. So dude, I guess I can't see why would people complain if Rush Limbaugh got one when all these other fuckers got one.
Yeah, let me go ahead. Okay, the Apollo mission crew. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Mother Teresa, of course. Ellen DeGenerate got one. Mr. Rogers, welcome to the neighborhood. Mr. Rogers got one. Tom Hanks got one. Tiger Woods got one. Margaret Thatcher, not even an American citizen, got a Freedom Award from the United States. Margaret Thatcher. Joe Biden got a Freedom Award, which is equivalent to the Medal of Honor, guys. Okay, Rosa Parks got one. Rush Limbaugh, Walt Disney got one. Kirk Douglas, Oprah, Bill Cosby got a Medal of Freedom Award. Okay, Julia Childs, Bill Gates, Mrs. Bill Gates, Dick Cheney, Medal. Okay, not Medal of Honor, but the Medal of Freedom, which is equivalent to Medal of Honor. Bill Clinton got one. George, oh God, I don't know. George H.W. Bush. George H.W. Bush got the Medal of Freedom, which is equivalent to a Medal of Honor in civilian terms. Of course, we got JFK, of course. We already said Biden, and then, yeah. Okay, so that's the tip of the fucking eye. There are several sports stars. There are people that you're going, how did they get any fucking medal from the United States government? A medal. You know how many fucking presidents have been knighted by the Queen of England? How many presidents were knighted by the Queen of England? You know why they were knighted by the Queen of England, Eric? It's because they're RH. I hate saying everyone stop with that. No, they're RH negative, and they're related to the Queen. And the Queen is simply knighting all her little cousins and all her little minions. They're all related to the RH negative bloodline. They get their knighthoods, but also Margaret Thatcher from England, who was kicked out of office over here, also has the Medal of Freedom from the United States of America. And America, the presidential seal has no stars on it. That's what used to have stars on it. It has no stars. They have fascists everywhere, representative of the Roman Empire. It's ridiculous, dude.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is because of your list, I was like, why did fucking Rush Limbaugh win one? But then when I saw that list and all these people who got it, Rush Limbaugh's not a bad choice, I guess. I mean, you're giving it Tom Hanks, you're giving it to everybody else. You can't pick and choose who you want to give it to, right? I mean,
yeah. Mr. Oxycodone himself, Mr. Oxycodone himself, Oxycodone. Dude was a junkie, man. He fucking fell out. They found him several times face down, almost died from fucking overdose. He's got the Medal of Freedom. United States citizens.
Where's
for those
mine?
of you out there.
Where's yours?
Where is mine?
Look at you. You're in the UK representing the United States of America to tell the UK that America, guys, we're all right. Look at me. We're all right. You should get a Medal of Freedom to showing other countries that, listen, in America, we are fine. Us smaller people, we are the good people.
Yeah, where's our Medal of fucking Freedom? If Tiger Woods can get it, then how about the Wood brothers? Tiger Woods,
who like his wife with like 200 women, where according to the Bible, listen. Okay, Bob, let me ask you this: Who gave Tiger Woods the Medal of Freedom? Was it Donald Trump?
Well, who owns all the golf courses?
Okay, so Donald Trump is supposed to represent the Bible, right?
Yeah,
we
right.
We show on here about the 10 Commandments about you should not cheat on your wife, right? It's a sin if you cheat on your wife. Tiger Woods cheated on his wife like 200 times. So basically, you gave if you are representing the church, I'm not representing no church.
Freedom.
Donald Trump's supposed to represent the church. So if you're representing the church, you contradicted yourself by giving a man who did not cheat on his wife once, has been known to cheat on his wife over 200 times. That's 200 sins, my God. Woo!
It's because he brought tons of millions of dollars into his private golf courses. He's known for the golf. So Tiger Woods was a major part. He's a rock star in the golfing circles. So of course he's going to give him the Medal of fucking Freedom. Donald Trump's going to give him the Medal of Freedom because he's fucking his golf courses, man. This is it, guys. These are the citizens. You're the slaves. The citizens. Go look who got the Medal of Freedom. Number one, scratch your head and say, what the fuck? When did we ever have a Medal of Freedom? When did this? Okay, and then go look who got it. It's the Roman citizens that got it.
I like Flat According Music. Trump represents the Bible like I represent good life choices. That's exactly what I'm saying. You know he's not the Bible, or you wouldn't be giving Tiger Woods an award because I'm sorry, if you're going to represent the Bible, then you better represent the 10 Commandments too. I'm sorry.
You guys don't understand. Donald Trump is better than all of you because God saved his life. He only had the coronies for 2 days. And so because God said it was okay, God saved him from the coronies, the cornholio. He was saved by God himself. He reached up down there and he reached down and saved the old great leader that he is. Right? We're strictly satire. Nothing to say is real. We only here for entertainment.
Well, let's now. That was our what the fuck news for today. All right, we are going to get into our main topic of what's called 7 Oh, hold on, my fault. 7 Japanese tales that would chill you to the bone. And first of all, I want to thank everybody from the Instagram account. I want to do a shout out because I do upload these and just this weekend on Instagram, we actually went over 1,000 followers.
No way, that's cool, man.
So that's very cool. So I want to thank all the Instagram people who are watching this show now, and it's growing more and more on Instagram, and I appreciate those people. I wish I could do it live, but every time I try, it won't work. It just won't work properly. I did this one show live on there, Bob, and when I went to go re-see it, no audio came in. So I just can't get the Instagram down. But if anybody wants to join the Instagram, that's the Instagram page. It's where I put stuff up, and I put all these shows up there too. I upload them to make sure the sound is on there. So I want to thank everybody on there. Let me pull up the stories here of the 7 Japanese tales. And the reason I wanted to do this is Halloween's coming, and we always think of American horror stories, American this and this, and there's a lot of great ghost stories and horror stories from other countries, kind of like we did that one last Monday, the ghost in China, the ghost of Tu whatever, and they're good stories. They're interesting, and I want to dive into this. Let me see if you can see here. Let me see here. Like here's one. The first one's called, and these aren't like long stories. So these aren't but there's a lot of interesting stories in Japan. There's one called The Secret of the Yamaba. Yamaba. How do you pronounce Yamaba? Is that how you pronounce it?
This is good as I would say. Yamaba.
The Secret of the Yamaba. Yeah. Now, actually, hold on. I almost skipped what the here it is. I always kind of put a poll up versus what we're going to be talking about on the show, just to get a feel of what people think about this kind of stuff. And let me hit refresh on this page. Okay. Let me hit refresh. Okay, here. Do you like ghost stories from other countries? I wanted to hear if people are interested in this kind of stuff. So so far, there's only been 27 votes, which, hey, that's fine with me. 89% says yes. They like hearing ghost stories from, other countries, not just America. Only 7% says no. And 4% says, I'll tell you the answer after I hear the ghost story, which I thought I put that in there for fun. But most people do like stories from other countries, and I kind of just wanted to see what people think. Like, are we wasting our time, Bob? But people do like stories from other countries.
No. Yeah.
And I appreciate that. So let me go back to the...
I enjoy researching it, so I enjoy it because I enjoy other stuff, like anthropologists, man, so I really enjoy the stories.
Let me hear what it says. The Yamaba looks like a harmless old woman, but actually terrifying mountain yokai that consumes human flesh. One of the oldest legends is from the Kanajuku Monogatari. Kanajuku Monogatari. I guess that's a place in Japan.
Yeah.
This here, once upon a time, the Buddhist priest was caught out in a storm, but luckily passed by a lonely hut. A kind old woman invited him inside, welcoming him with food and a warm fire. So Buddhist was welcomed into a whole with food and a warm fire. As welcoming as she was, she gave the priest a strange warning. No matter what, do not look into the back room. I mean, that's simple, right? You can have food here. You can have food. You can be warm, but you do not look in the back room. Okay, here we go. Unable to overcome his curiosity, The priest failed to heed the old woman's warning. As soon as she stepped out to gather more firewood to get this priest guy warm, the priest peeped through a crack in the door, which I learned that all priests loves looking at cracks and boys' asses. Oh, sorry. Sorry, you didn't hear that from me. To his horror, he discovered the room was filled with half-eaten corpse. The priest realized that the old woman was a Yamaba. Uninspecting travelers into her home only to shred them to pieces for her next meal. He fled from the hut as fast as he could and never looked back. Oh, I'm surprised that he didn't die. Now listen. Okay, a nice woman at the moment in time. She's a nice woman. She did any harm or nothing, and just asked him to not look back. Now, my curiosity here is, she must have known he was going to look back and let him go on purpose, so the story of her legend to get out. Because I'm surprised hearing this, and she let this priest guy live, a priest, or otherwise maybe she's not allowed to kill a priest, so she could not kill him. But what do you think? Now, this almost is like the vampire guy, where the vampire used to drink people's blood. In this case, this person just ate corpse.
Well, a lot of these stories, the majority of the stories come from the Edo culture, which is kind of the end where samurais have gotten pretty much laid off. They're all Ronin now. They're roaming around. A lot of samurais were also storytellers. I mean, they wrote stories. That was part of a martial art. Martial art is painting. They did flower arrangements. I mean, people don't know, but samurai did way more than just fighting. So samurais also wrote stories. And a lot of these came out during the Edo culture. And that's when samurais are pretty much Ronin and they were unemployed. So they used the skills that they have. And so a lot of these stories came from the Ronin, the samurai. And this is between 1603 all the way up to 1868. And so it's kind of like they wrote a lot of these stories. And they kind of have a lot of shit stories or kind of weird stories, because a lot of Ronin, Eric, at this time was thought of as, because they didn't have a job anymore, they became kind of gamblers, womanizers. They were drunks, according to the culture. They become kind of just wild. And so all of a sudden, you had all of these female protagonists killing all of these drunk Ronin, like men. All of a sudden, these women in this time period, stories of women becoming a hungry ghost, and haunting these Ronin samurai, these old, angry old drunkards. At this point, they're just pretty much, they got nothing going on. They're writing stories. They're doing plays, believe it or not, because they didn't labor. They've only ever been samurai, so they didn't labor. They did artsy things like stories, plays, poetry, all kinds of wonderful things, painting. So yeah, a lot of these, I'm just kind of giving a little emphasis, guys, on the Edo culture is where a lot of these stories came from. And you're going to see a lot of evil female, hungry spirits, dude. Hungry ghosts. A lot of female hungry ghosts. You're going to see a shitload of them.
Well, I like this story because you realize that, because usually when you think of America, you think of stupid white Caucasian people in the house. You have a ghost of hurting people and they stay. They don't leave, right? If someone tells you don't look, you look. Hey, there's Christmas presents up there. Don't peek before Christmas. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go peek. What's nice about the story is, even in Japan, people just cannot just keep their hands to themselves.
Yeah.
And not look. And like I said, he should have died, because a nice woman giving you fire, giving you food. You know what that story reminds me of too? I feel like maybe the movie Conan the Barbarian, where there's a scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger gets into a hut, and this woman even puts out for you, and you're having sex, and she's kind of like turning into a witch. Yeah. And then you took this witch who took you in, and not just took you in, gave you sex and you threw her into a fire.
Yeah, a lot of that, man. In fact, I bet you that was borrowed from the Japanese horror stories. Yeah.
I like this story. So let's go on to this next one.
Yeah.
So that is the picture of the Yamaba. So guys, if you see a woman wearing that mask with that kind of hair, don't go into her house. Or if you do, don't look around. Just eat the food, have sex with her, and get the fuck out. Here we go. Yep. This one is called The Legend of the Jaragumo.
Jaragumo.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, good enough.
All right, here we go.
We like Eric. We like your words anyway. People like to hear your way you say.
Here we go. The Jaragumo is a half woman, half spider, a yake that can transform itself into a beautiful woman when hunting for unexpected men to devour. Kind of sounds like a Spider-Man in a way. This might be where Spider-Man came from.
Probably did.
Ooh, a young samurai was accosted in the street by a allegedly gorgeous woman. Not an ugly woman, a good-looking woman. Okay, here we go. A good-looking woman. Now, I always thought samurai is supposed to be like they're dedicated, you know, their duty, and they don't look at beautiful women. This just proves to you that doesn't matter what you are, a priest, a nun, I don't care. A beautiful woman is a beautiful woman. Even if you're a woman who like guys, you become a lesbian because it's a beautiful woman. Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. Although she was beautiful, the samurai saw her disguise, realizing that she was not a human, but some kind of yoke. She was a yoke. He immediately drew his sword and plunged it towards her, but only injuring the strange woman before she quickly retreated. The samurai followed the scarlet trail of a spotted blood all the way to an old woman, abandoned house. Okay, he followed this person to an abandoned house. Inside, he found dozens of bodies bound in her spider silk and a giant Joro spider, dead from the injuries it has sustained. You know what? I'll tell you what this story reminds me of for a second. Now, first of all, this guy's got balls, right? This samurai's got balls because you saw a beautiful woman and you saw her through disguise and you pull out your sword. My God, can you imagine here in America if you think every beautiful woman's well, I guess most all beautiful hot women are there for one reason, right? They're gold diggers. So I guess when you pull out your sword on a gold digger, it's all right. But remember the movie Crow? No. Crow. The movie Crow. There was the character has to try to find a way where the enemy castle is going to be, so the guy crawled to kill it. So him to get the message, he had to crawl. The old man had to crawl through a cave, go through a spider into like the spider middle, talk to this woman to find where the future thing is going to be as a punishment inside this in this
in the movie The Crow? In the movie The Crow?
Crow, the 80s movie where there's the guy with the one eye, the guy with this big star.
Oh yeah. You're talking about a different movie, not Crow.
The big gold star.
Crow. Guys, he's talking about K-U-L-L. K-R-U-L-L. Crow. Yes, Crow. K-R-U-L-L. Crow. That's a damn good movie. I love that movie. Yes.
Yeah, people are probably like, "What is he talking about?" Okay. Here, hold on a second. Let me pull this off. Give me a second, just so people know what I'm talking about.
Crow.
This is the Crow. I'm trying to see if there's that spider scene because there is a spider there, but there's a scene in the movie where to get answers, he had to crawl to the spiders, and then, but for his punishment to knowing the information, he has to get killed by the spider.
Yeah.
Right.
Kroll. Yeah, I remember that. God, yeah.
Is I wonder sometimes in these movies, they take the stories from these legends and they put them in where
Yeah.
a beautiful woman in there. If you're going to talk to this beautiful woman, you're not allowed to leave. You're going to die. And
Yeah,
the,
it's also
the spider.
yeah, same thing. It's the same. The band, the Cure, Lullaby. Oh no, Spider-Man. I think they have a song called Spider-Man. Yeah, Lullaby or Spider-Man, Lullaby, Spider-Man. Yeah, he's eaten by a spider. There's a spider in that one, that video with the Cure, the band, the Cure, the Cure. They had a thing. It's called Spider-Man.
I wonder if some of these little plots in the movies, like the Conan we're talking about, they get these from these
Japanese stories.
Japan. Now, in that story, do you know anything about that story by any chance? Have you heard that kind of a tale before?
Yeah, I've heard that one before because they have these really large spiders. I forgot what it's called in Japan, but it's really large spiders. One of their things is if you see a spider in the morning, it's good luck. If you see a spider in the evening, it's not good luck. It's bad luck. Yeah, they've got all kinds of weird ass traditions, man. In fact, I think it was they have numbers. Oh God, they have a number. Oh, I can't remember
everybody today.
yeah. But yeah, they have weird because remember they're animist. So objects have spirits, and people are combined with other objects and mixed and matched with their spirits are mixed up. So a woman, because back in that time, again, we go back to the times of Edo, where the samurai, Eric, it was mentioned in the thing, samurai they were all unemployed, of course. So we had these samurai all wandering around, and there were and at the time the samurai were taking all these challenges with each other and for honor. And also they're being seduced by evil spirits. The hungry ghosts are always that they actually had to pass a whole bunch of trials with hungry ghosts. So she's an example of a hungry ghost. She's half spider. She's a beautiful woman, and then she turns into a spider and eats his flesh. So that samurai had passed his trial, dude.
Must have because Conan the Barbarian would have taken her to her house, had sex, then kill her.
Yeah. I'm sure there's probably a different version where the samurai he did lay pipe. I'm sure he laid some pipe in there somewhere.
Here we go.
Then he cut her with a sword. Go ahead.
The next one is called the Tale of Iowa. The Tale of Iowa. Iowa. Oh, look at that picture. It's like a baby. I know, it's like a baby. And I love these pictures. These pictures are freaking awesome. And guys, earlier in the chat or in the description of my show, the article that you're seeing is in the description. So if any of you wants to read it yourself, please pull it off. Here we go. Not all scary stories are made up. Okay. The Tale of Iowa is based on a real event that took place in the 17th century Edo. Okay. Now, apparently this really happened. So let's find out what happened. Iowa was a stunningly, first of all, I guess all Japan ghost stories, I guess all these women are all beautiful because they really mentioned that they're beautiful. But here we go. Iowa was a beautiful young woman who was married to the samurai Iyamon. Samurai Iyamon. A pretty, I like that, a pretty man. Why can't they use a handsome man? They had to use a pretty man. Okay. Pretty man who only loved her for her head-turning looks. Another woman. Well, I'm probably guessing that, I hate to say it, that probably 60% of all married people only marry the people because their looks. Look at all the rich millionaires, billionaires. What they usually do is if they weren't rich before, once they get rich, they throw away their wives and they go look for younger women, 20 years younger. I'm sorry, it happens. It does. Sorry, people. So the secret is keeping a long marriage is never become a millionaire, because then you probably leave your wife for a younger person. So that's
Every time.
That's my helping tool for the day. Umi was madly in love with Eamon, and out of jealousy rage, she tricked Iowa into using a cream that was laced with poison. It disguised Iowa's face, causing one of her eyes to droop and her hair to fall out without her even noticing. What a mean bitch. Disgusted with her new appearance, Eamon wished to divorce Iowa and marry Ayum. The describable samurai hired his friend Takutusu, goddamn, to rape Iowa. Goddamn, not to kill her. Dude, this story is mean. The despicable samurai hired a friend Takutusu to rape Iowa so that he would have the grounds for divorce. Goddamn. Takutusu was so shocked by Iowa's appearance, he couldn't follow through with the order. Instead, he told Iowa of Eamon's plan and showed Iowa her own face in the mirror, seeing her deformed face for the first time. That's weird. Shouldn't she know she became ugly? Weird. Iowa was so horrified that she stole Takutu's sword, killing herself. With her last breath, she cursed Eam's name. On the night of Eam's remarriage to Quam, the ghost of the disfigured Iowa appeared before him. A terrified and guilty Eamon quickly fled from Iowa, but no matter how far he ran, he couldn't escape her hauntings. After that night, no matter where Eam looked, even if the very lanterns he used to light his path, he would see Iowa's face staring back at him. My God, I'm going to tell you something right now. This story is fucked up because,
I know the story.
Because not just you're going to have, in America, usually you just kill your wife or the wife kills her husband and they get caught, blah, blah, blah. They disfigure his wife and he hired somebody not to kill her, to rape her. So he has grounds to divorce her. And then she finds out and she kills herself, which I can see that happening. She became beautiful then ugly. And then she haunts. She deserves to haunt him, not just kill him right away. Cut off his arm. I don't know, cut off a finger here and there. Every year, cut off a body part. She should have cut off his penis. So
this is a huge story.
So you say you heard this story before?
Oh God, yeah. I've heard the whole story. I'll fill in the blanks. I'll just kind of fill in the blanks. It gets worse, dude. So the story is, you got this samurai that's unemployed, again with the Edo times. He's an unemployed samurai. So her husband, she's married to her husband. He's an unemployed samurai. She also has a father that lives with her. She has a father, and he is also unemployed. Well, she decided, now this is how it goes culturally, so people get over this. So she decided to go. Her father's not making money. He's an old samurai. He's not doing so well. Her husband's a lazy piece of shit. You'll find out later why or whatever it is. But anyway, he's a lazy piece of shit. So she decides to go down, and she's going to try to make her own money. But she goes to go work, and then it finds out that her husband comes in, that samurai, that asshole, her husband, says, "Oh, I have bad news for you, honey. Your father was killed. He secretly killed her. Or killed him. He secretly killed her dad. So she killed his wife's dad. He killed his father-in-law. She didn't know that. So all of a sudden, she's distraught, man. She is distraught. Now, meanwhile, he's out fucking around, and he meets up with another samurai, which is a doctor. Or he's not really a samurai, but he's a doctor. The doctor says, "I want to hire you for my practice. I want you to protect." So he's got a job now. So her husband has a job. He's a samurai. He has a job. So the problem is, he goes, hey, you're a good samurai. I have a young daughter. Do you want to marry my daughter? Well, the samurai says, the problem is, man, I'm already married. I have a wife back home, and she's distraught because her dad died. He actually killed her or killed him. So he goes, I'm going to work some things out so I can marry your daughter, be the samurai in front of your store, and I'm going to have a nice, good life with all the riches and everything. So he hires a friend of his that's another samurai, says, hey, dude, I need you to go back to my pad and rape my wife. He says, what? He goes, go rape my wife. And then I'm going to find out about it. Then I have grounds for divorce. So the guy goes back. He gets paid. He goes to her fucking pad. He's like coming on to her like this. He's another samurai. He's gonna rape her. But he felt bad for her because she's crying and her dad just died. And he's like, hey, man, this is fucked up. This is not honorable. Then the dude tells her what happened. So she's like, huh? What do you mean? So she's distraught, man. She's upset. Anyway, long story short, she's been sick. So she gets real sick. And so he gets medicine from the husband, gets medicine from the doctor, because all this information just made her just go crazy. So she gets information. He gets medicine from the doctor that hired him. She don't know about him 100%. So he gives her the medicine like a face cream. And she looks pale. She's like real sick from all her dad just died. And she's hearing stupid rumors. So she puts the face cream to feel better. And the face cream is like an acid and it burns half her face. So he actually gives her poison to kill her because the homie didn't do it. So he gives her poison to kill her. So not only is she taking poison from her husband and the husband killed her dad, and now she's laying there half fucking dead. And eventually she dies. She dies all disfigured, all fucked up from the poison he gave her for face cream and shit. So now the samurai's all happy, dude. He's stoked. He's like, wife is dead. Cool. Father-in-law is dead. Cool. Now I can marry your daughter, Mr. fucking cool ass doctor, and I'll have all the money in the world. But he married the daughter. He married the samurai that did all that bad shit, married the doctor's daughter, laid with her on his wedding night, was getting ready to like plow the field, and he looked over at her face, and it was his dead wife. She looked up at him. Like she took the face, or her face and like superimposed onto his new wife's face. And he's like, what the fuck? He grabs a sword and kills her. he thought he killed his wife. Wow. He ends up killing his new wife. And then all of a sudden, this man comes running in, and he looks over and he sees what he thinks is his father-in-law. He slashes him the fuck up. It turns out it's the doctor, his new father-in-law. He killed him. So every time he looked around, every woman he saw was his dead wife's face or his dead father-in-law's face. So it's really bad, dude. So he goes and runs off into the forest. And so everybody he meets, man, it's his wife's decrepit face. She haunted him, man. Or it's her father-in-law's face because he killed both of them. So he eventually, I'm going to tell the rest of the story, but he eventually, went mad and he couldn't get away from her spirit, her hungry ghost. 2 hungry ghosts. In fact, not just 2 hungry ghosts, 3 hungry ghosts, because he also killed his samurai buddy that was went in there to kill his wife and found out that he fucking snitched him out. So he killed him. To cut all the strings, keep no strings. So he killed everybody. Then he ended up killing his whole fucking new house.
We could almost do a whole show story. We could almost do a whole show on that story, but we'll move on to the next one, where this one's called The Woman of the Snow. Yoki Anna. Yoki Anna, people. This is Yoki Anna. Look at that. Beautiful pictures, I tell you.
Beautiful.
The Yoki Anna is a kind of a snow spirit yoki. She usually takes the life of humans who wander into her frozen lands, sometimes even falling in love. Sounds like that Disney cartoon Frozen. Maybe that's where they got Frozen from. But here we go. A young man in search of his fortune was passing through. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm better. Okay. A young man in search of fortune was passing through the snow-covered mountains when he caught in a sudden snowstorm and loses his way. That happens. If you're in a snowstorm, you can't see nothing. Yeah, I can see that happening. Nearly frozen to death. He almost gives up hope when a strange woman covered in frost with a face as pale as snow appeared before him. A Yoki Anna. Now I'm sure she's beautiful. They didn't use that word, but most all these stories, they're all beautiful people. Because he was still so young, the Yoki Anna took pity on him. Oh, that's so nice. And guided him to a warm cabin in the woods,
Oh yeah.
saving his life in exchange for his rescue. However, she made him promise to never tell anyone of their meeting. Years later, the young man met a married and a charming girl named Yoki, and they lived happily together for many years. But one day, the young man told his wife about how he was the one saved by the mysterious Yoki Anna. Breaking his promise as he reveals this tale to his wife, her face grew pale and frost began to cover her body. His wife's true identity was the Yoki Anna. The promise broken, she vanished back into the winter's night. Oh shit. Fucking stupid guy. He had it made, Bob. He had the woman herself. Probably banged her, had sex so many times, but then you had to say the name. Kind of like that story, right? Candyman. You say Candyman in a mirror, Candyman.
Yeah.
Candyman. He comes, kills you. In this case, he tells her the story and she's gone. Was probably the best sex of his life, and he blew it.
Yeah, all I gotta say about is this: what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Don't tell your other what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Probably,
So apparently, he told her what happened in Vegas,
and probably married Yoko Ono. It was probably what's his name? The Beatles guy. It's probably him that went to the snow area.
Yoko Ono for sure. Yeah,
John Lennon. It was probably John Lennon. Probably the beautiful wife disappeared, and Yoko Ono took his place.
yeah. Apparently, John Lennon in this reality though had a girlfriend too. So he had his Japanese Yoko Ono, and then he had some kind of Chinese girl on the side. It's kind of fucking freaky. He had a little bit of a three-way. It's kind of weird. It's weird here. It's an all for all in this place.
I don't know how. I don't know what tech. I got to be honest. I don't know why this story is considered one of the 7 chilling to the bone, because there's not really nothing chilling. The only thing chilling was he lost his sex partner.
Yeah.
Maybe the next one is more chilling. So we're just gonna skip to the next one. This one is called The Ghost of Okiku. The Ghost of Okiku.
Okiku.
Okiku. You guys ready for Okiku? Because I'm ready. I'm ready for Okiku. Here we go. Oki story is sure to keep you up all night. If it doesn't, her ghost will. All right, this is what we're talking about. Here we go.
Yeah.
There was once a girl, Okiku, who lived in Himeji Castle as a servant of the samurai Oyoma. One of Okiku's tasks was to care for her master's collection of 10 valuable plates. But one day, while Okiku was washing the plates, she realized one was missing. Oh shit, here it comes. No matter how many times she counted, she always came up one short. Her master was so enraged that she had lost his plate that he threw her down a well. What a fucking asshole. Who cares? Murder so brutally, Okiku's soul could not rest. Every night, her ghost crawled out from the well to continue counting her master's plate. She would count to 9. Then one upon realizing that the 10th plate was still gone, she would let out an ear-piercing shriek. Okiku's screams kept everyone in the castle up all night for weeks on end, until the Buddhist priest finally appeased her. Now, first of all, it's kind of weird, right? Nine lives. I heard the story 9 lives, and there was a movie called The Ring where a woman was thrown into the water things in the backyard, whatever they call those fucking things, the blah blah blah, down it, murder. So I'm wondering if the 9 lives and the movie The Ring basically based themselves from the story.
The Ring, yeah, it's like The Ring. Can you imagine that? Yeah, like the girl from The Ring. She comes out with her black hair.
Bob, again, it just says she screams at night. They never said that she killed anybody.
No, these I think are softer side. I'm sure she tormented them to the point where they, some of them committed suicide, possibly. But you know that missing. What happened to the plate, though?
That's the.
I bet you they got a dog.
I thought the story was actually going to have a twist. What I mean is, I was thinking that also with the plates, she probably cleaned the samurai's pipes for him. Clean his pipes. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. Family-friendly show, though. We can't think
that. The samurai was married to another person. To be able to kill her properly, he probably stole the plate himself. So he has a reason to kill her because you know the rich people get away with it. That's what I was thinking the story was going to, but it never went there. You know what I mean? What do you think of that, Gary?
Yeah, well, he did a Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I can see how that way. Yeah, he did a Clinton. So he pulled a Clinton on her. Yeah, man, just threw her down the well or threw her down the stairs and it cut the ties, man. And just like, there's no loose ends, he might say. And then she comes out of the well and she's like, but what I was concerned about, she got murdered and she still wants to know where the plate was.
Yeah.
Where's the plate?
That's a dedicated ghost, in my opinion.
I want that ghost to work for me.
Exactly.
Where's the plate? She's a hungry ghost. And remember, the ghosts like to count shit. Anything obscure, hungry ghosts become obsessed with mundane, stupid things. So again, it goes back with Japanese tradition for hungry ghosts. They like to count shit. So she's counting the plates in her, and then she's stuck in a hungry, horrible state of mind.
That's a hell of a ghost. Well, let's put 2 more stories left. We're doing really good on this. So far, that story wasn't scary, but I know the husband stole the plate because she cleaned her cleaned his pipes. The wife probably found out. He found the reason to be able to kill her in the honor of justice for whatever the laws are over there. But who cares? All right, we are going to. This one's called the Black Hair. Black Hair. So here we go. This 1,000-year-old legend is one of the first terrifying stories within Caden. So apparently, this was one of the first stories within the Caden, whatever that means. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was an improvised samurai, some samurai guy living in Kyoto. This guy was living in Kyoto with his wife. So a samurai was living in Kyoto with his wife. Here we go. A wealthy lord from a distant land invited the samurai to be his vessel because it was an honorable opportunity. It was an honorable opportunity. He had no choice but to accept, leaving his wife to wait in poverty at home until he returned. So basically, he had to take this job because it was honor. He had no choice. So he left his wife in poverty until he comes home. Years later, having fully served his lord, the samurai returned to Kyoto. Although his house was disrepair, his wife was still there to happily welcome him home. Finally reunited with his wife, the two spent the entire night talking and laughing together before drifting off to sleep. They probably had a lot of sex. Come on, let's be honest. When the samurai awoke, the warmth he had felt just the night before from having his arms wrapped around his loving wife was no longer there. Instead, he opened his eyes to see that he was only holding a cold skeleton. Got it in a long black hair. The samurai leaned over that his wife passed away from sadness this summer before, but her skeleton had remained in the house for the while he was waiting. Now, I'm going to tell you something first. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this story. He's a lucky motherfucker. I'm going to tell you why he's a lucky motherfucker.
What?
You can tell him, right? He didn't know his wife was dead at first. The wife was beautiful. He had a whole night of sex and passion. They woke up in the morning. She's a skeleton. At least she gave him one night of beautiful lust before he found out she's a skeleton. I don't know about you. That's pretty nice of this ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he was
in the necrophilia.
Last time before he knew she died.
He didn't notice she stunk just a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. She kind of had a stank to her. Like a dead stank to her.
Say you are a successful samurai, or you're dedicated.
Yes.
Never cheated on her or nothing.
Never cheated. Nope.
Came home. You're probably a horny motherfucker.
I'm ready to tear some shit up. Yeah.
What the smell was, because they were living in poverty. So if they're living in poverty, it probably smelled already in the streets.
Yeah.
Now, Joanne Torres says Bob would rather have a live alien.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with him on that one. I kind of loved you, but you're dead. Kind of I'm not down with that. Just some things I ain't down with, and I'm not necrophilic in any which way or ever. No, I would escort her to a nice grave. I would definitely call up some Shindo priest or some Buddhist. I got a little problem. The old lady, she ain't dead. Can you make your way over here and bring some rice and put the sticks up and down, and it will walk her ass out of the house? She smells, man. She got shit falling off of her. Get here fast. Oh, baby, you look good. Half your face fell off just now. You look great.
A picture of her. She's a beautiful Asian woman.
Yeah. I'm like, you lost a little weight, like a lot.
Now,
you just kind of whittled away those bones.
Story reminds me of. Okay. Perry Farrell of Jane's Addiction.
Oh, yeah.
Made this side movie called The Gift.
The Gift, yeah.
Okay, now in this Gift movie he made, in this movie, Perry Farrell's wife or girlfriend, I can't remember. I haven't seen the movie, but
his wife, yeah.
20 years or no. But she died of overdosing. And he was washing her up, and he was looking at her body, and I remember he's saying in this movie, forgive me, but I need to have sex with her one last time.
Yeah, no.
I know. But this story kind of reminded me of that. Yeah. But in this case, he thought she was alive. So
yeah. But once he realized she was pretty much a ghost or a corpse, a zombie. I'm just not down with the zombie thing.
That was the movie. He wrote The Gift. That was a messed up.
It was messed up movie. Yeah.
And we're not talking about the motion picture movie that came out like a couple of years ago called The Gift. No, going all the way back from Perry Farrell from
Jane's Addiction. Yeah.
His wife. Remember, Eric, the wedding was part of the movie. Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in 20 years. It's just kind of that story kind of remembered that movie for me. So here we go. We're going to go to this last story, and then we'll talk about all the stories or whatever. But this last story is called The Peony Lantern. The Peony Lantern. This is probably where the superhero's Green Lantern story probably came from. So I'm curious about this one. The Peony Lantern. Okay. Are you guys ready for the final story? Woo! Woo! Here we go. Along with Iowa and Ikaku, Australia is one of the three female ghosts that makes up the Neon Sandia Kandan, or Japan's big three ghost stories. Bob, you talked about the story about the three ghosts. So this is the
Yeah.
final one. Here we go.
Yeah.
One dark night, the samurai Igawara spotted an elegant woman carrying a pinani lantern, wandering through the streets of Edo. For Igawara, it was love at first sight. He
Hey.
invited this beautiful woman, Itosuyu, to accompany him home where they talked. You know what? They never say they have sex. Come on, Japan. You guys know you have sex. Here we go.
They don't.
And laughed, talked, laughed, enjoyed each other's company. Sure they did. That night, Igawar neighbors, hearing eerie laughter coming from Igawa's garden, peeked over the wall. First of all, guys, she did not hear laughing. She heard moans. They're probably having massive monster sex. He saw Igawa holding not a woman, but a laughing skeleton. Holy shit. The next morning, Igawa neighbors revealed to him what he had seen. Oh, it was a guy. Oh, peeping Tom. Motherfucker. Another sick pervert. Here we go. Horrified, Ura went seeking advice from a priest at a nearby temple. To his shock, Igawa found Tususu's grave at the temple. He realized that the woman he had fallen in love just the night before had died long before they have ever met. Now that Igawa knew the truth, Itusu's ghost no longer appeared before him. Even after discovering the truth, Igawa missed Itususu desperately. After some time, he could no longer bear his sadness and returned to the temple where Itususu lay buried. At the temple gates, Itusu appeared before him once more. Reaching out her hand, she asked Igawa to accompany her home. Without hesitation, Igawa took her hand, walking with her into the darkness. After his final visit to the temple, Igawa vanished. The priest concerned opened the grave. Inside the coffin, found two bodies. Holy shit. I'm going to tell you something. Dude, Bob, everybody in the chat, if you're going to find a ghost, dude, find your ghost in fucking Japan. Because, dude, they have sex with you. They talk and love you all night. And then if you're going to die for this person, at least you get to be in the same grave as that same ghost. Dude, what the fuck, Bob? Why? I'm serious. If all the ghosts are real,
Yeah.
why?
They have
The United States of America, we get the shitty ghosts to scare you, get the fuck out of my house. These ghosts are in love with you.
Yeah, they're zombies though, dude. They're dead. I mean,
but you don't know that yet. You didn't know they're zombies.
well, the neighbor did. The neighbor clearly said, "Dude, I'm not." He wasn't like I'm like he walked in with a fucking zombie, and he's like, "Oh God, dude." Looking through the window. Oh no, obviously he's like, "Hey, dude, you got a zombie in there, man? Huh? No, that's a zombie, dude. You're
Okay.
laying tight with a zombie, man. I would just
remember?
wouldn't do that."
I don't know what it's called, Bob. I don't know what it's called, but there was a movie with Jack Black in it where in this movie he didn't like overlarge women. He puts them down.
Oh,
So
Shallow How.
Shallow Hal. So he was put on spell. He was put under spell to see all big women and a small and beautiful woman. So he falls in love. And his friend's like, "You gotta wake up." And I remember in the movie he was like telling him, "Why do I need to wake up? If I see this person as the way I've seen this person, I'm gold." So
Yeah.
the thing is, if you see this ghost as a sexual partner, you didn't know that she was a zombie. What's wrong with that?
Well, it's kind of false advertising. If it's just a little bit. It's kind of like when you're on the internet and you got somebody like you're chatting with, and they're being all dirty, and you're dirty back, whatever, and then you realize it's like a fucking 65-year-old fucking fat man sitting in a chair in his fucking dirty ass underwear, and you thought it was like a fucking 22-year-old hot chick, and you're like, what? Whoa, what? You're an old. Oh, that's not cool either. it's false advertising. I mean, she's a rotting corpse. You know, she's like, oh, look at me, I'm beautiful. And he gets fucking zappity, dude, and he's like rolling in with it. And the neighbor's like, oh, hell no. What are you doing? He's gonna roll a corpse, man. There's a zombie in his house. I can't do it.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this 1981 movie Ghost Story. I remember 1981 Ghost Story, but I can't remember the 1981 Ghost Story. I wonder if
Let's do a movie show.
Kind of ghost. I can't remember.
We'll have to look it up. I just can't do it. I can't roll no zombie.
I know, but you don't know that in the beginning.
Well, you know, look, he had a cool neighbor, man. Mostly people fight with their neighbors. Don't fight with your neighbors. You guys might go home drunk one night with a fucking zombie. You don't know. Thank God for fucking good neighbors. Then he wouldn't dug her up. It's like, oh, she's in there. No, dude, no. That's why you have a fucking +1 wingman. Nah, man, you drank too much.
I'm gonna have to rewatch.
Nah, man, you ain't going home with that.
You know what that story reminds me? I'm wondering. There's a TV show called American Horror Story.
Yeah.
And they had different seasons. I remember the very first season. I remember the wife thought she was having sex, but it wasn't with the husband. She thought it was the husband, but it turning out to be a ghost, and this ghost impregnated her.
Ugh.
So what I'm saying is, I'm wondering if that story came from these Japanese stories.
Probably came from that, yeah. But before you hang up this phone, Eric, I still got to that last famous one that goes along with your toilet paper.
Yeah. All right, guys. Bob's going to tell us the final story. Go for it.
You're going to look it up first. You're going to type this in. So I'm going to give you a name.
Okay.
Hold on. Where is it at? Oh, God. Oh, here it is. You ready?
Yes.
SHIRIME.
Trime.
Shrimmy.
There's a butthole coming out of a guy's ass.
That's the shirimi.
Oh.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit in Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the shirimi is he's got an eye. So he's a type of trickster spirit that wanders around Japan, and he wears a kimono, and he like has a weird phantom face. And so he'll stop you and start having a conversation with you. And after he engages you in a conversation, he immediately bends over and then pulls up his kimono. And out of his rectum hole, he has a large eye. Yeah, he's called the shirimi. He's a spirit in Japan that wanders around. And sometimes you might get to see his bunghole. He's got a big eye in it. So it goes back to that curse, Eric, you talked about with the toilet paper. So if you, in fact, steal a toilet paper, if you steal toilet paper, you might see a shirimi. This is what you'll encounter. You see him?
No, I see him. I'm thinking if I saw something like this and you had a weapon, I would still feel so bad to stick that sword up that eyeball in the ass.
Well, according to the literature, the shirimi is a passive. He doesn't do anything bad. He continues the conversation, but he's just looking at you with his butt, with a big ass eye in his bunghole.
Wow.
He's a real ghost. He's a real spirit, that is. You see him? Shirimis.
Somebody needs to make this one into a movie. Because I'd be I haven't seen a ghost movie where an eyeball is in a guy's asshole. I think that would be
Eric, I studied anthropology at the University of Washington. I studied folklore, culture, and I'm not calling this anything but what it is. I have never. What the fuck is a shirimi? I've never seen it before.
Nuts. I know what he's talking about. That's nuts. I know.
I've never seen a shirimi before. Now, I'm assuming, Eric, it's because they put a curse on toilet paper. And then somehow in this reality, this thing popped up and it's always been here. It's old paintings of a shirimi. Now, a shirimi has always existed, people. So I'm not calling this a Mandela effect because I don't like them words. I'm calling it, what the fuck is this? It's a shirimi. How could we have not ever heard of a shirimi?
I have ever heard. I know.
So this is what happens, guys, when you steal toilet paper. You get to come across a shirimi. Yeah.
So, guys, if you don't have any toilet paper, learn the 3 shells. Because Demolition Man, remember, they use the 3 shells. Or take a shit and then go take a shower to wash your butt off.
Something, man. Don't steal the paper.
You don't have to be visited by this.
Shirimi will definitely come get you. He'll have a conversation with you, and you will have to talk to his ass the whole time. This is the shirimi. Yeah. There's many, many stories of the shirimi.
Well, guys, I hope you really enjoyed those stories today. There's not going to be a show tomorrow. I gotta take my dog to the dog doctor, veterinary. She's gonna get fixed, whatever. So I don't have time for a show tomorrow. We'll be back Wednesday. This is the month of Halloween, so I like ghost stories. I like weird things to talk about. So if any guys have any kind of cool ghost stories you guys want us to check out, here's my email address. Just email me. Just say, hey, Eric, have you heard of this story? Doesn't matter what country it's from. If it's cool, there's a big story behind it. I'll do a show on it. We got a whole month here, so please, guys, if you find something, let me know, because I'm discovering these stories. I'm typing stories in, trying to find these weird stories, because maybe my dream is that maybe a fucking somebody from the Hollywood is like, man, that's a cool ghost story. Let's do a movie on that one. And maybe credit for bringing that story out to the world.
Yeah. Maybe some of you have encountered a shirimi.
Who does not want to see a ghost story about a butthole that has an eye in it?
Yeah, it's probably true.
Bob, think about it. That story would fit in so well with this pandemic, because people were stealing toilet paper, and you could do a story where you had this pandemic, right? You stole this paper, and then Donald Trump shows up at your house with the eyeball in his asshole.
Yeah, he is in fact probably a shirimi. You guys don't know what he's got down below. He's probably a shirimi. I think Donald Trump might be a shirimi. I bet you everyone's calling them lizard people, but those elites aren't fucking lizard people. They're shirimis.
You know what? Flat Accord Music, we are so linked, because he wrote, please check out the Nightmare documentary on Amazon Prime about the sleep paralysis and the shadow people. I saw that documentary on there, and I was going to watch that this week. So yeah, I have Amazon Prime. It comes with our phone, free service on our phone. So yes, I am going to watch that. So beyond that, guys, we're going to end this show. We're going to see everybody Wednesday, and I'm still looking for that horror movie topic. So, guys, I'll see you later.